This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Respect My Blueprint podcast. This is your host, your Blueprint Mastermind. Of course, bringing you another banging episode with another dope guest. And listen, guys, rarely do I invite a guest on a show that can match me in charisma and the verbal gymnastics and everything like that. Y'all know I can talk now. You feel me? But we have a special guest here, another radio personality.
Yep.
Dope girl. From the moment she stepped in, she automatically lit up the room with her personality, which means we're going to have a great conversation. We have none other than 99 Jams radio host and personality, Brandy Troop, that girl. What's going on?
Hey, Wes.
How is you doing?
I'm super excited to be here. You know, I'm not used to being on the other side.
I know, but it's the first time for everything now. Okay, I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a conversation. Well, first of all, now being on the other end, the receiving end, how does it feel?
It feels weird.
Yes.
It feels awkward because I love preparing the question, being investigative, trying to find out what's going on with whoever the interviewee is. So now that I'm in the hot seat.
You know what? And for those who don't know, I've seen your Instagram, and you are pretty diverse.
Yes.
Pretty diverse on your corresponding and everything. You do sports. If I'm not mistaken, you even did a cooking show at one time.
Oh, yes, I was a guest on Trick I Got My Pots.
So, first of all, tell me about your experience right now before we peel the onion back and go to the backwards.
Okay, now, in the current. Okay.
Exactly.
Currently, I'm a radio personality for 99 Jams.
Okay.
And also, I am a graduate student at the University of Miami. I'm working on my master's.
Woo!
Yep. Majoring in journalism. So right now, but I also have my own production company, BTTV, and that's allowed me to maneuver throughout the city, covering local events and local talent. So I also got an entrepreneurial spirit too. So
Okay.
I do my thing.
That's what's up. Okay. How long have you been in media, by the way?
I've been in media for a long time.
Long
If you
time?
go way back to the age of 10, I was accepted into the magnet program in middle school for broadcasting.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you know how the Bible says it's already written? It
was already written for you, huh?
Like,
okay.
Like, I want to do this, but you really don't know what it is that you're getting into, but it just followed me throughout my entire life.
So wait a minute. Okay, we're going to peel this onion back then, because I was going to segue into your background, but you already jumped back to 10, okay?
Yeah.
So you telling me ever since you was a little Brandy, that girl,
Yeah.
you've been into media, you always had an interest into it?
Yes. Oprah has always been that girl.
Oprah?
So yes, I can remember as early back as, I want to say second grade. You know how they put the superlatives at the back of the yearbook?
Right.
And it's best this, best that. I got best writer, but also they asked, what did you want to be when you grew up? So you have everyone saying firefighter, and policeman.
The typical stuff.
Yeah, but I didn't say an actual occupation. I said Oprah in the back of my first grade yearbook.
Who just puts Oprah?
It doesn't say, it doesn't say reporter. It doesn't say policewoman, nothing like that. It said, no, Oprah.
Oprah, that's it.
Yes, that's what I put.
So you knew, so obviously Oprah was an idolizing figure for you growing up then.
Yeah.
Was a figure you looked up
Most definitely.
to.
I read her autobiography when I was 7 or 8 years old.
Yo.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Let's talk about little Miss Brandy, right? When Miss Brandy was young, did she have the troubled childhood?
No.
Did she have the rough upbringing that's typically the narrative for young black kids?
No.
No?
No, I came from a great two-parent home. My parents still married 34 years.
God, amen. Wow.
Yeah, I had an amazing upbringing. My parents actually, the reason why I was so advanced when it came to education, my parents owned a preschool in South Miami.
Damn.
And
okay.
yeah, oftentimes black children, we don't have the resources that other races and ethnicities have.
Right.
And so my dad and my mom created a preschool in the hood of South Miami next to South Miami Market, a corner store. And all the children in the community came there. And so you're talking about little black kids reading and writing paragraphs at 4 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about an impact.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you was immersed in all of this experience at a young age.
And I was more so like a guinea pig because that was their early stages. And they ended up being there for 24 years. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, hold on. Okay. So as a young kid, your parents obviously set the mold for you growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did they also inspire you to get into media, or you just what you've experienced with them like shape that?
No, they didn't. I wouldn't say it didn't influence me to pick a craft. I think more so it was already put in me.
Okay.
Like how it says, like, for the plans, I already knew that the plans that I had for you when you were formed in your mother's womb. The Bible says that. So I believe that was already given to me. I wasn't influenced or anything. I feel like we all have a calling, and that was just mine.
So, wow, that's pretty phenomenal, that knowing that, you've had the two-parent household growing up, right?
Now, my parents from the...
They're from the hood, though.
Yeah, my grandma on my mom's side had 15 kids growing up in Coconut Grove. And my mom, 7 kids growing up in Coconut Grove.
Yo!
And so my parents come from the bottom.
So you've had to work your way up like everybody else, as far as your family is concerned, right?
I got a good head start with my parents. They really turned it on and did their work as a unit, as a strong unit. That way me and my brother can have better, and the community can have better.
So now let me fast forward, because I want to add, because I know it's very difficult nowadays. I could tell you, as a black male, getting into media is very difficult, right? Mm-hmm. And I know it's at another level when it comes to a black woman. You just mentioned you owned your own media company and everything like that, right? Yeah. And you are in an industry that's male dominated. Yeah. Let's be honest, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So how do you overcome you dealing with a male dominated industry, and also specifically you being a black woman?
Oh, yeah. It's hard. Being a woman is hard already, but number one, I'm always going to be black.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, that's first and foremost. Like, I'm a black woman, and I take great pride in that. And I just show up. That's what I think the key is, just showing up, regardless of who's in the room, whether it's a man, a woman, black, white, rich or poor, popular or unknown. I just show up, and I'm Brandi. And I know what's for me is for me. And I know I'm talented. I lack nothing. I'm equipped with everything that I need. And I truly believe that. So no matter who's in the room, I'm here.
You know what? And I really believe that, because most people don't know this, right? Because media, some people go into lanes for the wrong intentions, right? When it's media, most people will think of fame, money. You, on the other hand, off air, by the way, you started diving deep into the technical aspects of some of the equipment, right? A lot of people don't know this. She's naming off the model numbers of cameras and microphones and everything like that. For you, it digs deeper than that. The passion is on a whole different level, right?
I'm always going to be a student of media. Like I said, I was accepted into the magnet program. Broadcasting goes back early for me at the age of 10. This is not just now. This is not 2022, 2021. Yeah, I do this.
She do this now. Stop playing now.
I do this.
Okay, stop playing now.
Don't play with it.
Okay, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, you're pursuing a higher degree. Yes. And when it comes to production, right? Masters?
Yes, I'm getting my master's in journalism at the University of Miami.
Yeah, so wait a minute. You are voluntarily going back to school? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, I always want to be a student. You don't know everything. And I love media.
Yeah, but school's expensive.
It's expensive.
Nowadays, there's YouTube now.
Oh, most definitely. I definitely subscribe to YouTube University. Okay? But yeah, I definitely wanted to go back to school. I've always been an honor roll student. I graduated cum laude from Florida State. I've always been about academics.
So education is paramount to you.
Oh, of course. And I love school, so I just wanted to go back. And it's more so for self-fulfillment. I didn't necessarily need to go back. It's something that I desired.
Okay, so you know what? You now being a personality in 99 Jams and everything like that, how has that been? You working for a man, which, by the way, 99 Jams is the radio station here in South Florida. Been a staple down here for... as far as I can remember, right?
Miami's number one. Miami's number one for hip-hop.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Not number two, number one.
We're going to go ahead and just coin that right now, okay? Yes. You, first of all, how was you able to even take advantage of that opportunity working at 99 Jam?
When I came home from college, my first job ended up being with the Miami Heat.
Oh, the basketball team?
Yes,
okay.
As a producer-editor. But remember, in college at Florida State, I was on-camera talent. So I've always wanted to be talent. At Florida State, I was a sideline reporter for ESPN3. Yeah. I also was the in-arena host I dibbled and dabbled a lot in media. I also wrote for the college paper, and I did a bit of radio in college, but majority of it was in front of the camera as an in-arena host or a sideline reporter for ESPN3.
Oh.
I'm thinking, like, when I graduated, it's on and popping.
Yeah, because the resume full,
You know?
the resume looking good.
All right, Channel 7.
Yeah, I'm right, chill.
What's up, Channel 7, 99 Jams.
Okay.
But it didn't play out like that. Actually, the first call that I got was from the Miami Heat. And I was applying also, though, all over the country, not even just Miami. I was willing
so
to
you're willing to relocate?
Yeah, I was willing to go anywhere. And usually when you're trying to get your feet wet as a reporter, a news reporter, you have to be open to navigating whatever market. And so I was applying to North Dakota.
Hold on, wait. The girl, there's nothing but cows over there. Stop
I'm
playing,
a Miami
man.
girl, and I'm applying to North
city
Dakota.
girl in North Dakota. Stop playing with me, man.
I was applying for jobs in North Dakota, but that wasn't for me. Next thing, I'm getting a call from the Miami Heat. I'm from Miami.
Obviously,
and
there's a connection.
3 months. Yeah, this is 3 months after I graduated. That doesn't sound like a long time now, but those 90 days, that was a long 90 days.
Anxiety high, huh?
Yes, because I'm thinking like, oh, they're going to call me. I'm going to be somewhere, maybe New Orleans as a news reporter.
Yeah, you thinking you're going to be like top notch or something?
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking it's on and popping. And so I actually got the job as a production assistant at first. I had to work my way up to be an associate producer.
Is that usually like the entry levels position where interns or newbies get into?
It's usually an intern, or then it's a production assistant. But I was able to bypass the intern process because I was already at Florida State doing some of these things.
Okay.
So that's why I was hired as a production assistant. But then as time went on, I became an associate producer, so editing broadcast features that would air on like Fox Sports Sun. It was almost like a 30 for 30 E60 type thing based on the Miami Heat players, just like getting their life outside of basketball. It
sort
was
of like
cool.
a behind the scenes in a way. Got you.
It was
you.
super
Okay.
cool. I loved it, and that's where I was able to really further hone my editing skills. And so now,
Wait a minute. So at that point, you wasn't just a person that was in front of the camera, but you also did work behind the camera as well too. Wow.
yeah,
okay,
and I'm a very strong writer. Writing is above all my strongest suit.
Really?
Even more so being on camera, and I'm a strong talent on camera. But writing is first and foremost.
Okay.
And at the time, I didn't realize the specialness of being at the Heat. But later on, I appreciated it because it helped me to grow better as a media personnel, being well-rounded. And I never want to be a one-trick pony.
Yeah, you want to leverage what
Exactly.
you've been
I
through,
never
right.
want to be a one-trick pony. So I'm that girl.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You seen that, right? Okay. So you've covered, out of all of the... First of all, are you even a sports fan?
I am a sports fan. Actually, to be completely honest, I started drawing back from watching sports because I was so heavily involved in it. Not even just at Florida State, but then my first job was with the Miami Heat.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say I had to take a step back. It was too much.
Overwhelming?
It was too much because I started losing. It was no longer as entertaining as it once was because I'm always, like, Florida State, I was covering basketball, football, soccer, track.
Oh, all of them?
Yes, whether it was on camera or writing about it. And so that became...
Consumed you
yeah,
in a way,
like, it
right,
overtook,
okay.
like, my... Not at Florida State. I wasn't completely burnt out just yet. But it wasn't until then when I got to the Miami Heat. I was like, okay, I'm ready to take a step back from just
Hold
watching.
on, man. I'm tired of seeing Dwayne Wade.
No, not even basketball, like football.
Yeah?
Yeah, like football, like I love football.
But it's hard for a girl. I can understand.
No, I think that's just a person, period, regardless of gender. You get tired of something, you can be burnt out from anything,
Makes sense.
any topic, any realm, regardless.
So what's your preference now? Because I see you want to fall. Do you want to do more of investigative reporting or news reporting or even just have your own show possibly?
My ultimate goal is to have my own show. I started my own thing, doing my own thing. It's called Brandy Live on Air, where I interview different celebrities and people, personnel. But my ultimate goal is to have a huge show.
Uh-oh.
I'm coming from Oprah.
Oh,
I'm coming from
I
Oprah.
just was gonna say
I told y'all back in
You got it for her.
I told y'all back in first grade that I was gonna be Oprah. I told you in first grade.
Yo, so matter of fact, have you had the privilege of meeting her yet? No.
Oh no.
Hold on, you sound like taking back with that one. Like, oh no, not yet.
That's my godmother.
What?
That's my godmama. That is my girl.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay, so Oprah's that girl to you. She is.
What? To me, the world. Oprah is that girl, period. Yeah.
You know what? Let me ask you a question, because in the age of the Me Too movement, and during that era, we've witnessed how, I'm not sure if you remember the Harvey Weinstein incident and everything like that, how he was taking advantage of women and everything. So what was your thoughts on the entire Me Too movement and how that has risen now, especially for media? Because when you reference Oprah, she has really spearheaded and been behind the Me Too movement as well too.
Yeah.
Do you think that this day and age there's a real substance behind it and everything like that when it comes to the Me Too movement?
I think it's so unfortunate. I remember seeing that blow up, and you think it's unreal, but it's very much real. Like
especially
that,
in entertainment, it's right.
Yeah,
okay.
Thankfully I haven't had to endure anything like that. But when you see all these women like speaking out on television, it's just wow. It's really an eye opener.
You know what? And I've always been, I'm not gonna say my point of view on that was like, wow, it's taken so long, and these events has occurred in so long, but now these women wants to step forward and everything. And I had to chauvinist point of view. Yeah, man, you should question some of these girls, man. They coming 10, 15 years down the road and everything like that. But then you start realizing, wow, these are real traumatic experiences.
Yeah,
and
it's different.
Like that.
It's different factors that may prevent someone from speaking up right then and there. So it's definitely unfortunate.
Okay, you know what? Okay, so now let's go ahead and go off that for a little bit, right? Now, you, Brandi, I want to know, since you was in the sports, you was doing all different type of fields and everything like that, how was you able to balance your professional career as well as your social life as well, too? Because I know you just mentioned it's been very taxing for you and everything like that. How are you able to go ahead and handle both of them and still maintain good grades and pursue a degree?
Oh, yeah. I have a great support system.
Word?
From my family, my mom, my dad, my brother. I have true friends.
That's rare.
I don't have just good friends. I have true friends. They've been my friends. And I know longevity isn't necessarily a factor for true friendship, but these are my true friends. I've been friends with them as early as 5 years old. Yeah, so they know me, and they keep me grounded, and it's genuine love. I think that's what really helps me.
And thinking about friends, I want to ask your state of the media, because I want to tell you a story. The reason, and I've shared this online previous broadcasts, part of the reasons why I launched this platform was just based upon the George Floyd incident, right? And as the young lady that was able to go ahead and record that unfortunate incident, that led to the explosion of independent media, right? Because her on a cell phone led to charge on that. And now you see, of course, this day and age, this explosion of independent media companies and explosion of independent news outlets, right? I wanted to get your opinion on the state of media right now, with especially a lot of our black leaders, like Kyrie, Kanye, and how they're being attacked.
Oh my God.
And everything like that. So it's a gift and a curse. Wow, it's a gift. We have independent media. We're able to go ahead and broadcast our views now, but damn, they're also looking to eviscerate us as well, too, at the same time. What is your thoughts on the state of media right now?
I think when in position, act like you're in position. And when I say that, I feel like sometimes media can take a bias. And I think rule number one in journalism is ethics and being impartial.
But how can that be the case if everything is about clickbaits and the negative news is what gets the attention?
Yeah, and negative news is what gets the attention. But regardless of if it's positive or if it's negative, the rule is to be impartial. And I feel like a lot of times that the media doesn't necessarily reflect both sides, no matter how popular it is for a certain topic to be the angle that the world seems to be taking. It's like at the end of the day,
there's going to be a manipulation of the facts.
The media's job is to be impartial, period. No matter what's deemed politically correct by society, our job is to take a step back and be impartial.
Do you think that's even possible this day? Because we have your CNN, MSNBC's, Fox, they've all picked sides. They're on one side of the fence, right?
So hard. It's crazy. It's so crazy because I remember getting my undergrad at FSU.
Right.
And as I said, that's rule number one. But you're watching like major networks and you can see how like different brands or different companies are leaning towards whatever the case may
particular
be.
side,
So, exactly.
right.
So it's just like, it's an eye-opener, but I think it's very hard to do. I feel like that's why a lot of people, it's muddy waters.
That's what I was going to say. Does that discourage you, knowing all of this? Because, you know, me, I'll be honest, I'm a libertarian. So I try to I bash both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides can get it as far as I can get it, right? But do you feel like it would be hard for you to tread that line, or you feel like eventually that may have to...
No, I definitely feel like it's challenging, but
Right.
regardless, you already know firsthand what you sign up for when you go into media. The goal is to be impartial. The rule is to be impartial. So though you have your own internal feelings, of course you're still human, but the job calls for you to be impartial. So that's what it is.
You know, what's your ultimate objective? You said you wanted to be like Oprah, but what is it about media that excites you? Is it the being like just talking, the conversations?
Yeah,
or...
I love conversation, but I have a very charismatic personality.
Okay.
And I like to pull like the personality out of people. I feel like not everyone is as extroverted as I may be. So when I get like an introvert or someone that seems to be an introvert, I like to really
Like a challenge. Let me see what I could...
I like to really converse. I like to really converse with them and highlight that side that the world doesn't get to see.
Okay.
I like that.
Which is what we're doing here. We trying to dig in, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
So look,
Flood the comments,
I'm
y'all.
you Arsenio.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Well, Arsenio's not bald, is he? Is he bald?
I think he is now.
He is now? Okay,
Yes.
I'll take that then. Okay, I'll take that. All right. Okay. You're doing sports and everything like that, and you was doing a trick show and everything. Up until this point, what's one of the worst experiences you've had to deal with in media?
The sports and entertainment are definitely both my thing.
All
but
right,
it's
all
just
right.
as time has progressed,
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm more so leaning towards the entertainment. But
Entertainment?
Yeah, I did my thing in sports. Don't play with it. Stay with it.
Oh, okay, now.
Okay.
How the jump shot is.
I'm nice with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you got them nails now,
Yeah.
girl. You looking...
I get down. Get Jordan and Iverson on the phone right now.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah.
Damn. Shit.
Right
My
now.
bad, y'all.
Don't play with
I'm
it.
sorry, y'all.
Ladies,
Ladies, please don't roast me right
Ladies,
now. Damn.
don't.
I'm sorry, y'all. Okay.
Wes.
All
We're
right.
going to change your name to East.
Y'all, she don't came in here and fuck me. All right, y'all. Okay, so far you say you're diversified and everything, but you
Yeah.
still haven't answered the question. What's one of the worst experiences you dealt with so far?
Worst experience that I've dealt with so far.
Have you had to deal with the male industry bull crap so far?
I wouldn't even just say men. I feel like with entertainment, I think it's a lot that just comes with being in entertainment.
Now, is that covering the black culture in entertainment or just in general?
No, I think media, period, whether that's always making sure you say the right things and being impartial when giving a story. Media in general, you just have to be careful what it is that you say because it can be misconstrued as to something else. But I wouldn't say I've had any bad experiences, thankfully.
Nope. That's what's up.
Thankfully,
That's what's up.
God
Okay.
is good, but as the good book says,
Yeah.
the higher the elevation, the greater the persecution. So I know the more that I elevate, I would be naive to think that there aren't going to be any battles along the way. So thankfully, I've been able to be covered.
Okay.
And I hope even as I continue on this quest, I remain covered no matter what comes my way.
You know what? You mentioned the spiritual aspect you dropped a few gems about it. I'm assuming that you're highly spiritual. You believe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say I'm a spiritual person.
Yeah?
I have my own unique relationship with God.
Dope.
Yeah, I think it's necessary to have in life, period, but especially
This day and age.
Yeah, especially when navigating through media. I think you definitely need the Lord. But that's just whatever you're doing, whatever realm or passion you have, you definitely need to take God with you.
Okay. Now I noticed one thing you haven't touched on. You haven't mentioned any kids or boyfriend. We focused on schooling and career right now.
No kids.
Okay.
No,
That's
I don't have any kids as of now.
And which by the and you know what, I'm gonna have you finish your thought and then I want to follow up because that has to be honored and revered in the aspect of you as a young black woman, not no kids, but you're putting your career and as also your passion in the forefront, getting yourself established before you think about that.
Yeah, I would like to be established before that, but don't get me wrong, I love kids. I told you my parents owned a preschool for 24 years.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I have a big family. I love children. I want 6 kids.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you want a football team? Stop playing.
Yeah. Yeah. I love children. I just feel like it just hasn't
hit that
happened.
time.
It just hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
But for the time being, I'm focused on my career. But when the time is right, the time is right. And I feel even though career is important, family is definitely
equally
important.
as.
And that's something that I do want.
That's what's up. Okay, you know what? All right. With your career, what has been one of the dopest moments have you been through so far then?
Oh my gosh, so many.
Meeting the people or just...
I can just...
Go down the list. Come on now.
I got to cover Floyd Mayweather's birthday party.
What? That's
yeah,
what's up.
that was. And they reached out to me, talking about the goodness of God. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you just gotta be still, and these opportunities come to you.
And just have it come to you.
Yeah, covering DJ Khaled's Rolling Stone SLS party for the Super Bowl. I've met some pretty amazing people, like Michael Vick.
That's what's
Khaled,
up.
yeah, Dennis Rodman, like
people you would have never met had you not been in the position where you was at and where you was at, right?
Yeah, people that I wouldn't have met if I wasn't being proactive and just doing my thing, honing my gifts, honing my craft. I think, yeah, God. I feel like God rewards you when you doing the work.
That's what's up.
So those were my rewards.
Okay, you know what? Out of the celebrities,
I won an Emmy. That's what
you won a kid. You just failed to mention that.
Yeah,
like you got 15 of them right now.
No, just one with the Miami.
What's up? Talk to me.
Yes,
Concur.
with the Miami Heat. It was actually on, as you mentioned, George Floyd. You remember the world stopped
when
because
that
of
situation.
COVID and George Floyd happened.
Right.
And so I was a part of the Inside the Heat media team, all women, amazing women. Yeah, and we created a segment that just highlighted the pause of the basketball world and the real world with the pandemic and with George Floyd. And so it was called 2020. And yeah, and it was a team effort. Yep, all of us editing. Yep, from start to finish. And
well, you know what? Not really, because we're in a male-dominated industry. How many women have you encountered that are in the fit, that loves the editing, loves the technical, that's in the production room? How about that?
When I was at the Heat, those ladies, they were amazing. And at the time I was the youngest there, and they just took me under their wing, and I was further honing my writing skills, editing. It wasn't just about being in front of the camera, which is why I say everything happens for a reason. I never wanted to just be a one-trick pony, and there I was being able to become more cultivated within my craft. And
that's what's up.
So it's not a rarity. I just think on the outside looking in, you may think that, but it's not. Because even at UN, working on my master's, I see a lot of those young students there grinding it out.
Women that are doing that are into, wow.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And it's particularly amazing when I see young black girls getting at it. I love it.
But you took my next question out of me right there. Have you witnessed an explosion of black women getting into the media field, especially like with Angela Yee and everything like that, this new generation independent black women?
I think social media exposes it, because you'll think that you're the only one. You would swear up and down
you are the only until...
No, not even just the hottest. You feel like alone more so. Dang, like I'm alone, not thinking that there's any sisterhood. But then when you get on social media and there's this girl over in Atlanta, there's this girl in Houston, she's doing her thing over in New Orleans, you see there is that community. So I think social media has definitely helped open my eyes to see there's other people along this journey with me, but also just firsthand being able to witness the ladies at the Heat and the young girls at the University of Miami and Florida State.
Okay.
Yeah, women are doing their thing.
They're doing their thing now, especially in 2023 now. You already know what time it is. Okay. So with your experience with the Heat, because you've mentioned a few heavy-hitting artists that you've worked with, which one of the artists that you've had the best experience with, like that you can remember? Or which one really stands out to you and why?
Michael Vick stood out to me. His personality. What? He's so down to earth.
Seriously?
Yes.
Now, this is after all what he went through and everything like that?
Yes. This was when the Super Bowl was here in Miami. Michael Vick was super cool. I did a sit-down interview for my own production company, BTTV, with Andre Dawson, Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball Hall of Fame.
Baseball player for the Marlins. Yes, he played for the Marlins at one point. Okay.
Yes, the Hulk. Yes, yeah. Oh, my God.
Not a lot of people know about baseball, but okay.
That was
what's up.
absolutely amazing.
He was a dope experience?
Yeah, Dennis Rodman.
Rodman?
Yes. Oh, he's so down.
You know, eccentric and everything like that.
He's so cool. I love him.
Word?
Yes, he's amazing. He's amazing. I think those will be my top. Michael Vick, Dennis Rodman,
and Andre Dawson.
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed you didn't mention that he's musical artists. Musical artists have a tendency of being like a little too cocky and big-headed a little bit, nah?
No, I'm just saying like the ones that just like really stood out to me. I'm always appreciative of anyone that gives me an interview that is willing to sit down. They have things to do. They also have a lot of demands being put on them. So I'm always grateful for any interview. And then plus I'm nice with it.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say those were my top.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your hosting style. How long did it take? Is there a particular, before you interview a guest, do you come up with a set of questions, or is it organic for you, or do you really like say, you know what, let me just go ahead and wing it? Tell me how's your hosting style consist of?
It depends on the situation. If it's a sit down, typically I have time to prepare in advance. And again, I like to pull out the side of you that the world doesn't know about necessarily. But sometimes when I'm out in the field, for instance, for school or something, you don't always have the luxury to prepare, as you know. It's off the fly. And even when I'm off the fly, that's still cool as well because it's organic. I'm good whether I prepare or whether I'm on the fly. I'm going to do my thing.
That's what's up. Okay. And we're gonna guess your age a little bit. So you started at 10, and we'll say you're somewhere in the 20s or something like that, right? Okay.
20 sexy.
20 okay. So we about got almost 2 decades in.
Yeah.
2 decades in journalism.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow, that's, hold on, man. That's, long ass time, you feel me?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the future holds for Brandy, that girl, Brandy Troop, that girl? Now that we're in 2023 and everything like that, what we got planned and everything?
Definitely got some big things in store.
Oh, okay, let it out now. What's up?
I can't reveal it.
Oh,
can't reveal it.
Man,
but,
I tried, y'all. I tried.
But definitely some big things in store.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was all.
Some big things. Just gonna continue to keep my foot in the game and
that's what's up.
Walking by faith.
That's what's up. Okay, I like that. Okay, so you know the world definitely got some things to look forward to. For any documentaries or anything like that, biographies, any very interesting projects that y'all. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. I know how this goes.
You see,
okay,
you feel me?
I know how this goes.
Yeah.
But I've been around the way a few times. But yeah, some big things.
Okay,
big things.
all right. We'll keep it under wraps for now. They got to find out when the time comes, I assume, huh?
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up.
Timing is everything.
Timing is okay. Now, as we moving forward and everything like that, I want to ask you, what's one of the main things if you're Oprah, right? You come across a Brandy Troop, that girl. Oprah, I love you, man. I've been following you. I want to emulate a lot of the things that you've taken up to the past. So you're Oprah. If you could give one piece of advice to Brandy, that girl, what would it be?
Another person that's Brandy Troop,
Yes,
that girl,
exactly.
or me
You're Oprah.
Oh, I'm already Oprah now.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let people tell you who you are. Yeah. People would try to
mold you,
diminish you.
Oh.
As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you internalize that, you'll start acting upon that. But you lack nothing. So don't you dare allow anyone's negativity to cloud your mind or get into your spirit. Know that you lack absolutely nothing. God is already written. So that's what I would tell a Brandy Troop, that girl, or any other young girl out there.
Really? So I take it that's also one of the major obstacles you've had to endure, like people trying to pigeonhole you into a certain lane or a certain way,
I think,
or something like that, maybe.
And that's not even just in terms of media, even just academic success. Like I said, I've always been on top of my game in schooling. So even as early as teachers thinking, oh, it's a black girl coming in the classroom setting and not knowing, no, I'm very intelligent. I'm very capable.
Keep it real with me. I'm sorry to cut you off because this is a very profound question. How hard is it for a black woman nowadays? Like, let's keep it real. Like, break this shit down.
I'm so glad
for me.
you asked me.
Yeah,
that.
like really break it down because I can see this is a topic I really want the world to
Yeah,
share
it's not easy being a black woman. That's why we need that community in terms of just your existence. Whether you see how other people take from the black women and name it something else when it's the very thing that you just took from the black women, the woman. And black
discredited.
Women, yes,
right.
Black women are often discredited. We don't get credit for the way that we move this culture, just our essence, the way we just are, who we are. We do not get credit, and that's within any realm. Not only media, just life. Even something as simple as hairstyles or the way we talk, the way we use our slang, the way we dress, our music.
There's still a fight of having
our entire vibe.
Right, if I'm not mistaken, there's still a fight of black women being able to have their natural hair in the workplace.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's mind-boggling that we can't never just be as us, but others can take from us and then it's celebrated. But when we do it, it's not celebrated, it's condemned.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like, okay, let's go back into early civilization, right? And the common narrative in early civilization was the man goes out, kills the bacon, brings home the bacon, and the woman cooks the bacon and takes care of the house, right? That's been the common narrative for quite some time, right? But now we're in 2023 and everything like that. There's been a shift over, I would say, past few years or so, where there's been a rise of women where it comes to equal opportunity, women now entering the workforce, women now having more independence, women now wearing the pants in the relationship, taking on a lot of the roles that men had at one point. Do you feel like that's also has created that disconnect right there, is because women have now taken on a large part of the men roles, and that could be a number of things. The men being in prison, men being homosexuality, whatever the case. Do you feel like that's an issue as well too?
I think that society has done a great job of putting black men and black women at war with each other.
Whoa.
I think.
Real talk?
Yeah, I do think that. And I think that we're not trying to understand each other. I think the black men aren't hearing the black women, but also the black women aren't hearing the black men. And so it's like we're both communicating, but no one's listening. I don't even know if we can say we're hearing, but you're definitely not listening. And so I think that's where that disconnect goes. It's all done by design. I think.
Which our industry plays a part of that, media.
Yeah. Of course. Media is called programming. So you're programmed to have certain mindsets. So I believe that definitely I think society has played a major role in causing that disconnect between the black woman and the black man. But I think that's something that's so beautiful. It's just something powerful when a black woman and a black man unite. And
create something powerful in a family orientation, as well as business.
Yeah, most definitely. And love who you love, by all means, no matter what. But I'm just saying, it's just something I think that's truly special when you're seeing eye to eye and you become a unit with someone who understands your struggle and how to love you or your upbringing, and just who sees you clearly. You don't have. There is no explanation.
There's no explanation.
There's no explanation.
I see what you said. And especially, like I said, in the political climate that we in the social climate we in nowadays, especially these past few years, it's very tough for black love and black unity. Yeah. Which I want to ask you a question. You being in media, what's your thoughts about? First of all, do you believe there's an attack on our black leaders?
I would say so. I think oftentimes our black leaders, they're put in position to not speak out, to stay in line. I think that's often, we just saw that with Kyrie Irving. How he posted a book, or he was talking about how he feels about himself, and he was demonized for expressing how he feels about himself. But when it comes to other parties, their feet aren't held to the fire like how standard. We have this cancel culture, but then sometimes I also have to put it on our people because we're so quick to tear us down. It's like,
I really
what?
believe our culture suffers from that crab in the barrel mentality.
Yeah. I think it's definitely a thing. Of course, there's a such thing as accountability,
Right.
but there's a manner in which you do that. But also, sometimes I feel like, again, sometimes I feel like we can be in think tanks because we've been programmed to think a certain way, even when it comes with our own, and we'll go up against our own instead of showing that support. And I feel like that support is necessary. And so that's why I feel like sometimes our black leaders, they don't step up because they know they'll be
Cut off the next day.
canceled.
Right. Period. Come on, let's keep
Which
it
is-
real.
and I think that's unfair because everyone is human. You have your own opinions. So why is it that they have to be politically correct all the time? If that's their opinion, that's their opinion.
It is what it is, right?
But to cancel their livelihood for their own thoughts, that's what America is. It's independent thinking.
It is. Let me ask you. I'm gonna give you a couple rapid fire questions, and I want your thoughts on them. Right?
Fearless, partial.
Okay.
We spoke about impartial, partial.
Okay. Kanye West.
Fearless. Strong sense of self.
Strong sense of self.
Yeah. From the get-go, when he came out, I watched his interview on Oprah. Strong sense of self. Everyone thinks Kanye all of a sudden is conceited and the old Kanye. Kanye has always been that way. And if you can watch old interviews, he's always been that bold, outspoken person. This is not new. He's always been that way.
Here's another. Joe Rogan.
Outspoken. Outspoken, of course. Partial
Part.
at
Okay.
times, yeah.
Yeah.
Partial.
Okay. Here's another person. Oprah Winfrey.
My girl.
Yeah. Let's see what's up. Come on.
Leader. Bold. I think she takes pride in blackness. Something that I love.
Right.
A humanitarian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And last part, and this is a more general. America.
I feel like America gets a lot of slack for its imperfections.
Wow. Good one.
But though it is imperfect, there's a lot of work to do, especially for the black people, because we built America.
And a lot of people don't want to give us credit for that.
Exactly. That goes back to how I said the black woman. Also, the black men.
Right.
Usually, we just don't get credit. We're overlooked, or it's given to someone else. But yeah, America, I think it's an amazing country because you can't go anywhere and have the resources that we have. So though it is imperfect, I still think this is the greatest country to live in, where
At the
you
end
can
of the day,
have free
period.
thought and you can have free speech. Yeah, and you can just be. But there is still some right that it has not been done by our black people. A lot of right that has not been done by our black people. And I hope one day I get to see it because it's so much. It's so much. Talk about layers and layers on top of layers of,
You know what? You been from South Florida, right?
yeah, 305 Miami.
305. You already know what it is, man. I'm pretty sure you've experienced different parts of America and everything like that. You've traveled and things like that, right?
Yes.
If not, but you've definitely haven't been under a rock. You know how some of the major cities, including Miami, but Chicago, LA, New York, and everything, there's a rise on black violence and everything. Like
Yeah.
that. A lot of people want to attribute it to the music, the culture, and everything like that. What are your thoughts on that?
I never understood that because music is art. And do we say the same thing when we see white movies and there's a cowboy shooting?
They want to be
it's art.
impartial and blame the drill music, trap music, and
Oh, you mean they want to be partial?
exactly.
They want
Partial,
to
right.
be partial. I think music, movies, it's all art.
Entertainment.
But it's just when black people do it, it has to be taken as fact or as this is what it is. But it's just entertainment. It's art. Now, I do believe, like, of course, some things can influence things. Video games influence things. But just like saying in totality that music or hip-hop music or rap is the main culprit for black-on-black violence, I think that's unfair. It's entertainment. The music is entertainment. Video games is entertainment. Movies, that's entertainment.
Good point. And especially with situations like Young Thug and that whole situation, and artists prior to him get entangled in the law and everything like that. It's wow. Their lyrics and music is being scrutinized.
Yeah.
And everything like that, and it's just not the same playing field.
Yeah,
as
that's again, that's unfortunate. If in a movie there's someone getting shot, you're not gonna, and then later on they have a domestic violence case, whoever that actor is. If it's Nicolas Cage and he shot someone in a movie and later he has a domestic violence case against his wife, you're not gonna go back to that movie where he shot him in. Oh, he has a past of being abusive or violent. So why can't rap music also be taken as that art?
That's a good, you know what? And I feel like obviously we have a long way to go as people.
Yeah, almost definitely.
Before the world starts making that changes for us and everything like that. And I'm very optimistic about the direction of our generation because, number one, the power of information is at a rapid clip than it was 15, 20 years ago because of the internet, right? So now we have kids that are able to become faster, stronger, smarter nowadays than they would 15, 20 years, right? So as the new but of course that comes with the curse because that opens the door for more, what I like to say, more fuckery, more bullshit that's out there. But nonetheless, I want to go ahead and as we wrap up the show is if you could go ahead and leave the audience, because not only are you an extremely intelligent woman, I want to hear from you part of the recipe in you building your blueprint up until this point and becoming a great media personality. If you could share a secret ingredient or a secret recipe for the rest of the viewers out there, particularly the black women, because we have viewers that want to go ahead and break into this field, what do you strongly suggest to them wanting to get into this field?
Number one, you can't do it without God. That's on the table. Like the entertainment industry or media, period, just in life though, you're not going to go too far if you don't have God on your side. It's going to be a lot of nights where you're on your knees praying. A lot of nights where you're asking questions. Why this? Why that? But it's also going to be a lot of high moments as well that just feel so rewarding. So I would say that's number one. Number two, show up. Sometimes you might not have all the questions. You might not have all the answers. You don't know who's going to be there. You don't know if you're going to have the opportunity to interview someone. But I got a lot of opportunities just showing up, just being in the field. As a matter of fact, that's how I got the DJ Khaled Super Bowl opportunity, at his SLS Rolling Stone party.
Just being there,
Actually, I was being active, walking by faith. You still got to do the work. It's not enough to have faith. Faith without works is dead.
It's dead.
I was covering a North Miami macaroni food festival.
And it's what? Wait a minute, not even just a food, a macaroni food festival.
Yes, the North Miami Macaroni Food Festival. And shout out to Miss Stacy.
Okay, shouts out to you, girl.
She was the woman who signed me in so I can just go around and interview the guests there at the Macaroni Festival.
Macaroni Festival?
The Macaroni Festival. And it was some good macaroni, too.
Okay, all right.
And so I made a connection with her. And that was the year before, on the tail end. Super Bowl is in February. You're talking about more so maybe like October.
Okay.
So like 4 or 5 months later, she reached out to me. Hey, Brandy, I know someone that needs red carpet coverage for the Super Bowl. Are you available? And again, I wasn't representing no major company. That's when I first started my own production company, BTTV, just covering local events. But I was in position. I was doing the work. I was just showing up. And that led to something else. And so that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to show up. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know. You might not be ready. Or you might not think you're ready, but you're actually ready. So I would say, one, keep God first. And two, just show up.
That's what's up. And I want to get the snippet or the preview of what you got coming on in 20. I know it's something major.
It's big.
Just tell me. Hold on.
I'm doing my thing. I can't. I can't.
You know what? First of all, this Brandy, that girl. You are definitely that girl.
Thank you.
You are definitely that girl because not only are you with the hottest radio station in South Florida, but as a black woman and everything like that, I can definitely feel the energy and I can see it in you that you're destined to just do major things.
Thank you so much, Wes. Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, we did our damn thing here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man. Listen, all of you guys want to get into media right now. I also want to let y'all know, I can tell you for me, I want to hear your insight on this because before we wrap up, I know when I started this platform, I went through a whole bunch of crap to build this.
I can imagine.
The haters and the life.
Oh, yeah.
And dealing with the intricacy, the nuances and the intricacies of this and everything. I want you to go ahead and let everybody know out there that's looking to go ahead and be a YouTuber. Because nowadays that's the most, everybody wants to be a YouTuber.
Don't limit yourself. Don't allow anyone to put you in a box. People will try to tell you who you are. If you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to be a vlogger, a content creator, a host, if you want to be an editor or producer, go for it. Go for it. Don't allow anyone to fill your head with that negativity, because when you discount yourself, you're allowing the world to discount you. It starts with you. If you say you that, and that's that, period.
And how you started with just a camera? Did you start like the rest of the YouTubers, a cell phone and boom, or you actually had the whole...
I was already familiar from Florida State.
Oh, okay,
so I already had the training and understanding of cameras and editing software, but it just further grew for me once I got in that environment of the Miami Heat. That's when it just took off for me. I don't need anyone to edit my videos. I edit my own videos.
What was your first camera?
A Canon T6.
Can you swear by them Canons, bro?
Yes, the Rebels. So that was my first camera. But yeah, like something I take pride in. I don't need anyone to edit for me. I know how to edit. I could write my own stuff. I can be talented. So a lot of times when I'm doing red carpet coverage and it's just me showing up with the camera, just flip the viewfinder over. I know how to set up my own mic, make sure the connection's good. I know how to do this.
Oh, you do this?
Yeah, I do this.
Oh, stop playing, y'all.
I do this.
So we don't need no sound engineer, no nothing. It's you.
And now, of course, it's easier when you have a videographer. Right. Something like the problem I run into, the people, they don't realize because it's just me, they don't see anyone standing behind the camera. They walk into your shot.
Bro, you tripping now.
Yeah, it's been a lot of times I had to hit them with the arms. I see them, and then like, oh my God, I didn't see you. But yeah, of course, it'll be easier if I had a videographer instead of me having to flip. But you still got to do what you got to do.
Make it happen, though, right? Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Okay. Listen, Miss Brandi, before we wrap up the show, if you could go ahead and let everybody know, which I know the answer, but I'm going to try one more time, y'all. If y'all could go ahead and let everybody know two things. Number one, what you got coming for 2023 that you want to go ahead and let the world know about. And also, last but not least, how can everybody follow you, your social media handles and everything like that, so the world can follow you as well, too. Go ahead.
Definitely lock in with me on Instagram, Brandy Troop _thatgirl. Brandy with an I, and Troop is spelled T-R-O-U-P, not T-R-O-P. So Brandy Troop _ that girl. People always get it wrong.
You got it correct.
If it's not the first name, it's the last name. But yeah, Brandy Troop, that girl. Lock in with my Instagram content. A lot of great stuff gonna be flowing through the Instagram outlet.
All right. Hey, listen, man. Y'all go ahead and flood her DMs, man. Flood her DMs. Just let her know Blueprint sent her. It sent you.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Listen, Brandy, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God. Can we have you come back?
Of course. And make sure Ted had the video camera ready for me too.
Yeah,
I like that.
hey Ted, make sure you're ready over there, man.
They're official.
Okay, yeah. Hey, get that chicken wing out your mouth. All right, we gonna leave that alone. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. If you had a great time witnessing today's episode, listen, you can definitely check out all of the past episodes that we, of course, release dope content. If you want to go ahead and follow Brandy, that girl, all of her
Brandy
Troop, that girl. I'm sorry, you see, I'm already.
That's all right.
If you want to go ahead and follow Brandy Troop, that girl, definitely hit the link down below. All of her contact, her social media will be in the description. And of course, you can follow the show on all streaming platforms, iTunes, what is it, Spotify, where are we? We everywhere.
Everywhere.
YouTube, everywhere.
The Blueprint is everywhere.
You already know, man. Listen, and as always, man, tap in with us, and we're going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. Hey, shout out to our sponsor, Uptrend Credit. Listen, if you're having a hard time understanding how credit works, or you want a better understanding of how to boost your credit, you definitely want to check out Uptrend Credit on learning how to leverage your credit to hit your goals. Now, Uptrend Credit is an easy-to-use credit monitoring platform that's utilized to help close the wealth gap with the right resources in helping you doing so. So definitely check out uptrendcredit.com to see how you can help stay on top of your financial goals. Now, let's get back to the video. Shout out to our sponsor, Uptrend Credit. Listen, if you're having a hard time understanding how credit works, or you want a better understanding of how to boost your credit, you definitely want to check out Uptrend Credit on learning how to leverage your credit to hit your goals. Now, Uptrend Credit is an easy-to-use credit monitoring platform that's utilized to help close the wealth gap with the right resources in helping you doing so. So definitely check out uptrendcredit.com to see how you can help stay on top of your financial goals. Now let's get back to the video.